The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
At first, we hit your gadgets with our state-of-the-art digitalized mobile studio with the debate on the road behind the wheels. Later, we launched our magnificent studios located on Plot 1A, Sewagude Close, Lukulinanganda, Machindye, Kampala, where we bring to you our must-watch shows like The Mighty Drive, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., Hotline, Mondays, 7 p.m. As for legal matters, Twins at Bar, Tuesdays, 11 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m., featuring a youthful panel. Interface with Dr. Kiza Besije every Friday, 12 p.m. with his call to action against injustices. Snap Talk, Saturdays, 6 p.m. with the trio. A must-watch, The Political Dice, Sundays, 8 p.m. with the duo that never stammers, and so much more. Watch us live on all our social media platforms.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
.11 a.m. Wednesdays, 6 p.m. is Afro-Caribbean Link, where we connect Africa with the Caribbean. Voltage on Thursdays, 7 p.m. featuring a youthful panel. Interface
platform that is Digital TV. We try to redefine how you consume news in this part of the world. And of course, we are here to have a conversation with you about various things that have been happening in the country. Allow me first start by congratulating Ndaba. Olunaku luno njagala okuba nga nkwaniriza gwe omulabi ali mukunda bange oli mu katale, njagala okuba nga nkwaniriza mu abali mu mamotoka nga oli mu kwevuga mpola mpola. Tekiba kirungi okuba nga ovuga nga oli ku ssimu, so wali badde ofunayo omuntu omulala akuvuga n'osobola okuba njagala okubajjukizaako nti olunaku olwaleero ndooza ennaku z'omwezi ziri 10. Tuli mu mwezi gwa Mutunda, omuzungu kyayita September mu mwaka byokka. Naye tulina kati ng'olunaku olwaleero waliyo Health Hub akawungezi ku ssaawa 10. Then tubeera ne Afro-Caribbean Link ku Lwokusatu olunaku olw'enkya. Ku Lwokuna tubeera ne Voltage akawungezi. Omukyala Luwedde Lilian abeera wano okuba nga abanyumiza ku mboozi. Ovaako awo tulina The Interface ku lunaku olwokutaano etandika ku ssaawa 6 mpaka ssaawa 8 ez'emisana. Tubeera ne retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besije okuba nga ayogeramuko naffe ssaawa 2 non-stop action. Then ku Lwomukaaga tukomawo ne entertainment, of course ekulembeddwa mu mukyala Teddy Tenjo. Nabukeera bagiyita The Snap Talk Show etandika ssaawa 12 ez'okukawungeezi, osobola okuba nga ogiraba. Twogera ku family entertainment n'ebintu weebityo. Then ku Sunday nawo waliwo The Political Dice. Of course we're trying to bring humor ne tujigata mu politics era ebeerayo ku Sunday akawungeezi. So temusiba programming yaffe, tulina ne program nyingi ze twagala okuba nga tubaleetera musobole okuba nga mweyagala kasavu kanyama here and there. Olunaku olwaleero ngenda kwegatibwako omwami bamuyita Amanya Wilson. Amanya Wilson yono musajja akola ku nsonga za nkyukakyuka ya budde oba kyewaliise climate change, not even weather. Enkyukakyuka y'ensi eno kulembera ekibiina oba ekitongole abakiyita Global Earth Care International. Ye mukulembeze w'ekibiina ekyo, executive director. Tugenda kuba nga twogera ku nsonga nyingi naye essira tugenda kuliteeka ku bavubuka. Ngeri ki abavubuka gye basobola okuba nga bettanira oba nga babeera mu kyewaliise climate change conversations. How can they actually delve into this particular conversation? Basobola batya okumanya n'okuba nga bakulemberamu bannaabwe okuba nga balwanisa enkyukakyuka y'obudde naddala ku nsi kuno. Bagambye climate change is a now problem. Naye abantu bavubuka bangi abadde bayisuuliddeyo ensonga zino tulowooza z'abazungu, z'abantu abakuzeemu, za bitongole. Naye kati nkifanga abavubuka tusobola tutya okuba nga twettanira emboozi eno. So olunaku olwaleero kitugenda okuba nga tusinziira oba kitugenda okuba nga twogerako n'omwami Amanya Wilson. Temusubwa emboozi eyo tujja kuba nga tugifuna mu ddakiika ntono. Naye nga tetunnabayingira mu mboozi eyo, munzikirize ngendeko mu mawulire agabadde gye mutabadde olunaku lw'eggulo. Tugenda kuba nga tugayitamu lukwakwayo kuzina eddakiika 11 ezakayita ku ssaawa 2. Tutandikireko wali Uganda Cranes ng'ezannya ttiimu ya Congo Brazzaville. Omupiira gwabaddeyo akawungeezi k'olunaku olw'ejjo era kyabadde kya ssanyu nnyo bannayuganda mwebale kubanga mwagenze ne mutindiga eŋŋendo ne mugenda wali enambolo okubanga mulaba omupiira gwabadde gwa bbeeyimu nze nsigala nkyogerako emitwalo 2 naye ate bannayuganda basigaddewo nga balaba. Omupiira gwawedde goolo 2 ku bwereere. Goolo zaateebeddwa omuvubuka wa Vipers, the former Vipers player, and of course Aziz Kayondo, that left-footed gentleman, yakubye kala yabadde nnungi. Oluvannyuma olw'otwalabye of course tufuna another double, yiyo goal ya omwami Aziz Kayondo yabadde a very spectacular goal, and of course it's I think one of the goals that made him really happy. Wamulabye omwami Kayondo nga agenda mu maaso kubanga ajaguza n'essanyu eringi ne bannayuganda banne. Omupiira gwabadde gwakavaawo mu second half, omwami Jude Semugabi n'asobola okubanga naye ayongera goolo eyokubiri eyamaze omupiira ogwo okubanga eguggalawo ku side ya Uganda Cranes ne ziba goolo 2 ku bwereere. Ndowooza goolo mugiraba yabadde very spectacular and beautiful in that particular regard. Twagala okubanga tuyozaayoza Uganda Cranes. Jjukira bazze okubanga bazanya ttiimu eno eya Congo Brazzaville nga bamaze okubanga bafuna double header wali mu South Africa mu kibuga kya Joburg. Wetwabadde tuzanyira ttiimu eya the Bafana South Africa. In fact Uganda yakoze ekyewuunyisa okubanga yasobodde okubanga ejjayo omupiira ogwo. In fact twakola amaliri gwali goolo 2-2 nga kweyongerayo okubanga bakola ebyo bwannaggwano. So congratulations to the young lads okubanga bakoze ensonga ezo. Okay, tuveeko kaawo tugendeko mu nsonga endala z'obuli bw'enguzi. So IGG agambye gino emisango nno giba mingi, emisango 12,377 nga gyonna giri ku bulyake na buli bwanguzi. So omukyalo ono paka Uganda mwesinze okubanga efuna ebizibu by'obuli bw'enguzi. Tetuganye mbuno emyaka emyambaddemu obuli bw'enguzi, naye ate ensonga ya corruption eyogeddwako nnyo oba esoosowaliziddwa nnyo mu guno omwaka gwennyini. Mujjukirako emabega omwo mwezi ogwakasambula ennaku z'omwezi 23 bannayuganda ab'enjawulo naddala abavubuka beeteekamu julumwe okubanga bagenda ku street okubanga balaga obutali bumativu bwabwe eri kye bayita obuli bw'enguzi naddala obusinziira wali ku paalamenti ya Uganda. So mu nsonga ezo bavaayo ne balaga obutali bumativu bwabwe era bangi abaakwatibwa bangi era abaateereddwa mu nsonga ezo. Naye ate wadde nga tusigala twogera ku corruption era abantu abamu bo basigala balaga obutali bumativu bwabwe. Ne wiiki era ewedde oba sabbiiti ewedde abakyala 3 bejjamu engoye ne batepaintinga kala z'eggwanga lyabwe ku mibiri gyabwe ne batandika okubanga batambula era nga badda ku parliament. Nsonga ki? Kubanga balaga obutali bumativu bwabwe eri engeri gavumenti eno gyekwaseemu ensonga oba gyekuttemu ensonga y'obuli bw'enguzi. So ekyo kyekyo mbajjukizaako nti omukyalo ono era IGG Betty Namisango Kamya yatusaba oba yagamba bannayuganda nti ensonga y'obuli bw'enguzi affectinga gwe directly. Ye nga yeyinza okubanga tegenda kubanga emuluma nnyo, naye gwe munnayuganda asemberayo ddala ku ground, gwe ensonga ya corruption gwesinga okubanga ekwatako. So n'abasaba mubeere babuufu, mwettanire ensonga zino muzoogereko. Let's have candid conversations about corruption in this country in order for us to make Uganda a better place. Still talking about protesting, Kyambogo University olunaku lw'eggulo ba student era nabo baavuddeyo kubanga balaga obutali bumativu bwabwe. Bano nno bakoze kye waliise protest oba striking oba demonstrations era ne batandika okubanga beekalakaasa ku university yaabwe. Ensonga ki? Ensonga ya increase in tuition bamwongeza. Bannayuganda tebakkiriza mu nsonga eyo era ba student bagamba nedda, what is the basis okubanga mwongeza tuition yono. Naliko okukolumu era ku sheno yennyini. I remember that time twali tukyakolera mu van yaffe the Mighty Drive. Twagendako ekyambogo era waliyo ensonga za protests era nitwogerako ne guild president owakaseera ako n'atunnyonnyola nti nno waliwo arbitrary increase of tuition fees ebeerawo naddala ku university eyo. Tebeebuuziza ku ba student, tebakonsultinzeeko okubanga bamanya bo balowooza ki ku nsonga zino, naye ate ne bagenda mu maaso ne bongeza tuition. Era mu kaseera ako, I think that was around 2021. That was around 2021 or 2022. era we twagenda ku mboozi eyo, it was the same story. It was always about the tuition increment. Era ne kati kyekitaddemu aba student omuliro ne balaga obutali bumativu waabwe. Poliisi yasobodde okuba ng'ekkakkanya embeera naye tetunnaba kumanya oba university enaagenda maaso okuba ng'esala ku nsimbi zino oba banaasigalayo mu mbeera eyo, naye nga ko okwekalakaasa kwabaddewo. Eno si essettendekero yasoose okwekalakaasa ku nsonga za tuition. Mulabyeko Makerere nga ba student balaga obutali bumativu bwabwe nga beekalakaasa ku lw'ensonga ezo. Okwekalakaasa mu ggwanga lino kwo kufuuse ekintu ekirala. Ne ba intern doctors ezijjukira nabo baali beekalakaasa, tebali deployed. Government terina billions 18 eziba deployinga. Ng'ovudde ku ba intern doctors twatandika ne abalongoosa mu kitongole kya KCCA abaali beekalakaasa oluvannyuma lw'okumala emyezi egisukka mu 6 nga tebafuna nsimbi zaabwe ezibasasula. Nno nsimbi mmeka? Ndowooza tegisukka mitwalo 15, naye bano abaana baali bavubuka n'abaami n'abakyala abaweereza KCCA naddala mu kulongoosa ekibuga baali bamaze emyezi 6 nga tebafuna nsimbi zaabwe. Saagala kwogera ku bamesasa engeri gye bazze nga beekalakaasaamu. Why is it that the protests continue to happen in this country? Is there something that we are not seeing that is actually going down? So ezo ensonga ndowooza nga tuvuddeko eyo. Waliwo omukyala Rebecca Cheptegei mumumanyi, nabadde mubagambako n'olunaku lw'eggulo. Omukyala ono unfortunately yafa oba yafiirwa obulamu bwe oluvannyuma lwa bbaawe oba ekigambibwa nti bbaawe yakwata n'amuyira amazzi. So waliwo ebintu ebyazuuse, amazzi agookya, waliwo ebintu ebyazuuse ku mboozi eno. Batukakasiza nti ensonga eyasinze okuba ng'ereetawo luno olunyanfa wakati w'abano abaagalana ye nnyumba omukyalo ono ne mu Paris Olympics yaliyo mu 2024 guno omwaka gwennyini mu Paris, France yabaddeyo. Naye mu nsonga ezo muba mu mirimu gy'abadde akola okurepresentinga eggwanga lye yasobola okuba nga yeezimbirayo akayumba ng'omukyala. Naye afuta okuzimba ennyumba ndowooza bbaawe adde ayagala kujezza ennyumba naye nga omukyala Rebecca abadde takikkiriza oba kibadde tekijja kubanga kikolebwa kuba zino entuuyo za mukyala oyo. But unfortunately ku lwa vendetta n'obusungu bbaawe yamaliriza nga amuyiridde amazzi agaaleetera okuba nga afuna multiple organ failure ekyavaamu ye okuba nga afiirwa obulamu bw'ensi. Kikulaga ki? Nti bannange tubeere careful, very very careful, especially in such a dispensation and in such a time, because bannange ebintu bingi omukyala akola ensimbi ze naye ate omuntu n'amutta ku lw'ensimbi nnyo ddala. Ndowooza nga tuvudde kakaawo mu mboozi endala zosobola okugenda n'okeberako. Nja keberako wano mu newspaper y'olunaku olwaleero eya The Daily Monitor, oba gye waliise Daily Monitor, not The Daily Monitor but actually Daily Monitor. Era bw'ogenda myaka 22 23 ng'ekiwalaata kimeze. Ndowooza story eno ojja kwetaaga okuba ng'ogisomako. Lwaki ekiwalaami oyo ndowooza mumumanyi atera nnyo actinga mu films ez'enjawulo ojja kuba ng'omusomako. Then ne ba activists abasabye gavumenti okuba ng'ekendeeza violence erikirawo emboozi yaffe. Good morning.
Alternative Digital brings you the Interface Show with retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Vesuje.
Let's keep on the same page on alternative.
As
But at the church,
Tawali man, what's up?
man, can you? Where in an environment cause plastic pollution?
What is plastic pollution now?
It is the accumulation of plastic waste in the environment, like bottles, polythene bags, straws. All of these contribute to plastic pollution.
I have been using them without knowing their effect.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Plastics are a danger to the ecosystem, both on land and in water.
So how can we overcome this problem? Is there something we can do?
Oh yes, we can reduce by minimizing the use of plastics, reuse by repurposing them, or recycle by collecting and processing them into new products.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative Digitalk.
Welcome back from that short commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. At just 26 minutes past the top of the hour, you're still watching the Mighty Drive show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and it's always a privilege to have you right here on the show. Special shout outs to the people who are watching us in the diaspora. If you're in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, United States of America, thank you so much for tuning in. In fact, you people in the United States, it's always even better because you even keep awake for a long time to watch this particular show. And those who even go back and watch the YouTube after the live link, thank you so much for watching. As I told you, the conversation of climate action is imminent as we speak today. Many people are asking themselves, is it a problem of today? How can we actually address climate change? What is climate change? All those questions, we are going to be addressing them today. And of course, why you need to be part of this, what we call the climate action. Why do you actually need to be part of it? How does that relate to you? Those are some of the conversations that we're going to be having. And as I told you before the break, I am privileged and honored to be having Mr. Amanya Wilson. Amanya Wilson is the Executive Director for Global Earth Care International. He'll be telling us what that organization does, and of course we'll be delving into that particular discussion. So send in some of your comments, questions, remarks, anything that you want to know about climate change through our social media platforms. We are at Digitalk TV, at the Alternative Uganda, that is on Facebook, on YouTube, on X.
It's sort of the word that life is about doing something.
Okay.
And doing something, you have to think about it, you have to do something about it.
Wow.
I do not think really to go, okay, going to Prayer Mountain is actually a different thing. Global Earth Care International Uganda.
Okay. Yeah.
And we are located in Ruzira.
Okay.
Our strategy is different from most of the narrative that is going around about climate thing. For us, our role is to empower young people. Because, for example, you look at our young youth in the villages, they are so much into agriculture,
Yes, sir.
and it is becoming a very serious problem.
Oh.
Because agriculture, of course, is mostly affected by extreme weather events, by this climate crisis whole thing. So most of them, they are opting to run to go and plant your maize for 3 months, cassava 6 months, whatever,
Yes.
and then you wait to harvest. Actually, you're not
It's a
even
long
sure that
process.
even the
Not
weather
even
will be favorable.
yeah.
You are likely not even to harvest,
In fact, that's
most
true.
likely,
You're
powered enough. Because, for example, they are so, if you got involved in, from our villages, our communities,
Yes, sir.
you get involved actually right from central to down in the local government. There is money, there is climate,
Yes.
there are groups to change. So that is our role, that we give you skills, we give you leadership skills, we motivate you, because young people are in East Africa, expand across Africa, and of course create impact globally.
Okay.
So you realize that protection and climate change connect with other like-minded who are doing something about it, creating a difference. So we believe in US, what is happening around the world, because now, like I said, that our path is our core roles is capacity building. Not in Uganda. Okay, we are starting right here in Uganda.
From Uganda to the world.
But with a clear, there are so many opportunities, there are so many ways on how we can address our challenges.
Okay, before we even delve into how we address...
Thank you for that great question. Movements. But all along the way up to where now that we are in Global Earth Care International Uganda, one of the challenges and experiences of with young people, actually they are so active, they have fresh ideas, they are so innovative, but of course we also have challenges of a lot of expectation. For example, now when we are training, doing capacity building, we conduct workshops, we conduct trainings. But you realize that when you invite these young people, they just know there is allowance, there is this, and this, A, B, C, D.
The extra transport refund.
Yeah, you realize that their mind is so much into what you're going to give them, materialistic things, but they do not want to get the knowledge.
The content itself.
The content itself. Because it is when you get this information, it will actually give you to identify an opportunity in the space that is left by other actors.
Yes.
And then you also dive into that and then do something about it. Collaborate with others, have partnership with those ones that are also already doing this. Have experience. There are a lot of potential opportunities for young people. But not now thinking that you said skills, we do not have information. And we do not have information. And we are not actually, we are not positioning ourselves to get more information, to get more informed. It is that we just have our challenges, our climate challenges, are not confined issues. You find there so many, you find so many like-minded young people, donors, funders. There's a lot of opportunities. I can tell you, all divided. I wish our approach shifts. That is the department that takes care of climate policies and all that. But we, the actors, we, the civil society organizations, we, the initiative policies that are not favoring the ground of the climate change, which is one of the challenges actually.
All right. Thank you so much. At just 48 minutes past the top of the hour of 8, I'm still with Mr. Amanya Wilson. We're talking about the climate change. Amanya is Executive Director for Global Earth Care International, an organization that is championing, climate knowledge and climate action, trying to equip young people with all the knowledge that they need in order to make an informed decision. And of course, the topical discussion of the day is youth participation in, climate change awareness and climate action. How do we get you, the young people that are watching me, to be able to indulge in this conversation? And I think you've learned something or two, because he has hinted that this is purpose to you. You can actually join this climate action and have a cause.
And you. And how?
How?
Example, look at our agriculture. When you look at our agriculture, it is one of the, from the village community, national level, and internationally. And I want to bring to the attention of the young people that Toronto, in Kasese, the other day in Toroko, yes.
Toroko, yes.
So what is that? What does it mean? It means this is climate change effects. We have failed to... So we are saying that it is not something for the Americans, something for the Indians or Chinese or what. No, it is with us. It is a problem. We have lost lives. Actually, see, even the other day, I spoke as to waste management, policies and the approach. And
also the question of plastics. I don't know if you're realizing it like me. There is a lot of plastic in this country. A lot of plastic everywhere.
Yes.
You buy something plastic, everything is in it.
It is often clean-up drives. Rosira Market, around Lake Victoria. You realize that all these other development, industrial factories, that is the most
we need
important,
it more.
A significant thing. So pollution is causing a problem because people, maybe it is because actually it starts with, no, it is us, young people, like I said,
years down the road, the companies are still manufacturing. So, and these people preaching water and drinking soda.
Like I said, of course, I think with space, we appreciate. But however, of course, there are other processes that we would like the government to take. We would actually blame the government that they did not do essence. But however, like you said, the government stopped this and then it is still the same thing. Of course, like I said, in the implementation, there are always the weaknesses. But we as the actors, we are the young people, we need to take the strong ground, the strong position, and equip ourselves with information, have the right skills, have the right skills of advocacy. What are we advocating for? What are we talking about? What are the effects? What is the science behind this? What is the information? Where is the data? Where is the statistics? So I think if we furnish this station, land degradation, all those challenges are there, and they are affecting us. Like I said, that we are the most affected, and we are the most motivated to do something about it.
Okay, thank you. Let's go for a break, Mr. Wilson Amanya. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mighty Drive Show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. When you come back from the break, I want us to look at the thin line between climate protection and development. And a case would be the ECOP project. Ugandans feel this is our chance to develop. These climate change activists are saying you do not need to really do that ECOP. It will be affecting the people in the long run. How do we develop but also, protect the environment? How can that be done? And of course, if you have more questions, I'll be reading them in this second hour. Feel free to send them through at The Alternative Uganda at Digital TV. Let's go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Go to the church, though.
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine?
Tawali man, what's up?
Man, can you imagine people just dump everywhere? Someone drinks water and throws the bottle wherever.
Everyone wants to change the world, but no one wants to change themselves for the world.
How about we change our habits for the world?
And it starts with me and you.
This message is brought to you by Alternative.
Welcome back from that break. We are into the second and final hour of the show. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and it's not really here, but you've confirmed that it's here, and it's a now problem. Yeah. So how do we work with these young people to sensitize them?
In this discussion,
yes,
in a sense that they are the most. They are the most parties. Women, they are the most entrepreneurial. If you look at the statistics, at least, they are the most entrepreneurial people. They do business, they do agriculture. So, and now, if the climate change comes in, its effects, and they are not sensitized, they do not have skills, they do not have information about it, it means they will be affected mostly and frustrated. This is through community engagements, through schools. Yeah, we go to the schools and meet schools, pattern with what is happening. But now someone who is down there in the village, I can assure that through our voices of different actors,
yes, sir,
and the narrative and all that, and the effects that is happening, we as leaders engage the old structures, engage government, the policymakers, and furnish them with information, furnish them with the data, that this is what is happening. This is
question that Mr. Arnold sent you. There's a gentleman called Arnold. Thank you so much for watching. He said he can tell us about their recent activities, and I think you've hinted on that over time. Mine is going to be now.
Well, one of the ways I think I will actually take you to our activities, and I think it will better explain. So one of our activities is cleaning. We do cleanup drives. And through these cleanup drives, we educate these market vendors. I think I could have not shared the photos, but there's where we engage market vendors. We talk to them. We tell them, when you have this kasasiro, can you please separate them? Can you please, because now, you see, environment is more of a social process than a technical process. Yes, the technical process, it's there, but it is more of a social process. How do we live our life? From the household. How do we litter our kasasiro, our waste? We do not separate it. We do not have that information to separate the organic, the metal, the plastics. Because now, when you separate them, there are so many multinational companies. It's actually becomes a source of income because these companies want it. They want this waste. But they want it if see Chitez's thing, where they are heaping our waste from the city. There are so many young people that have been, you realize, to some extent, they do not have that cohesive strategy that they should all plan together. They all know each other. Because when they know each other, it means Minister of Land will not give titles. It means KCCA will also not just take the whole West, we'll separate them. I think as the actors in this space and people who are informed about this, I think as the actors in this space and people who are informed about this, what is happening, and about this, the effects of climate change, I think before I clean here, before 30 minutes, 40 minutes, here, before 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it's already dirty. But if I am given information and taught and told, it means I might act. I might separate my waste, take them to the bins. But when they reach the other end, they need to be sorted. They need to be repurposed. So what are we saying? Why can't they source potential investors? Of course.
Mr. Amanya Wilson, he is the executive director, ED, for Global Earth Care International. And of course, the topic of discussion today is how young people can actually be involved.
And internationally, money is there. But like I said, I go back to our approach. Now, like us at Global Earth Care International Uganda, we believe that we want to build the capacity. People have a lot of money internationally. So, for example, like I said, that we have a clear plan of scaling this to South Africa. Have information. Because now, for example, you meet an investor, and he tells you, what are you doing, and how can we help you? You realize, then he gives you to pitch in just a second. Okay, we believe in the activism, but let's do an activism that is informed. Not just doing it for a sake. You have to know what you're standing for, and you don't have the information about it, and you need to have the strategy.
Ugandans feel it's climate.
It is everywhere. It's not a debate, it's not a partisan thing, conversation. No, it is a real problem. So the source of funding, get young people, look for local support. Start with community sensitization. Teach them, tell them the effect. Then approach these offices. For example, is it of research? So, and the mandate of that money, it is specific around 3 things. If you're a young person, you're there, you have an initiative, you have something to do something about environment or climate change, you have to consider, is the organization looking at reducing greenhouse gas emission by 1.5 degrees Celsius? Is the organization looking at sustainable development? Is your initiative organization looking at climate resilience, mitigation, and adaptations? Those are the key 3 areas that you need to have in your mind. So there is funds, we received funds, but that is the mandate of that money. So it means if you are contrary to that, those areas,
those 3 values.
Yes, exactly, as the strategy stipulates, it means you miss the money, you miss the point. So I think we need to rethink, come back, and get relevant information, approach relevant authorities. In here, we have even some money companies here.
That's why
they are giving support.
I wanted to come here because you've mentioned the global aspect, and I want you to also repeat those 3 themes that you said, that where money is going to be going for those initiatives. But here in Uganda, you've mentioned that locally there is also money. But where do we get this money? Start from there, because that's what you're going to say.
Yeah. Now, like I said, that one of our key, one of our primary role, that is capacity building. Why we build this capacity is these young people, or these organizations, to have access, to these networks, to have access to these, also a potential fund. Like I said now, that we received 10 point something billion. So we encourage young people and whoever in this space to follow the strategy, to have the information, and align their activities, their projects, their programs to these 3 areas. Like I said, you must be having an aspect of reducing greenhouse gas emission by 1.5. You have to have an aspect of sustainable development in your approach and operation. you have to have an element of climate resilience, adaptability, adaptation and mitigation. So what we are doing, we are giving them skills, we are furnishing them information, giving even these banks are potential funders. Most of the companies around organization, there is even NYC, the National Youth Council. They have so many organizations. They have a long line of potential funders. Even these embassies in Uganda, these embassies, when you approach them with a program, with a project, a career project, you present it. My standpoint is, can we build our capacities? Can we furnish ourselves with information, our wastes? And we need to have a strategy. Now, a strategy, then we are calling these actors who can see waste, and that waste is always repurposed, recycled into something else.
All right.
Yeah.
No problem. Maybe let me also ask you about, some people believe that we have fostered something above the other. And you can say we have fostered development above climate change, but in the long run, climate change is more pertinent than development, because without climate change, development will go down. How do we strike a balance in your knowledge and some of the experience you've had over time in climate change?
Thank you for that great question. To attain the balance between the development and climate change, that's why they're trying to protect, they're trying to bring in their money here to support their groups, to support our organizations, so that we can do something. Because for them, they is totally in. It's totally.
They are feeling what climate change actually means.
They are past that point that they can control the climate. So, in making this cavera, you see. So there is the way it is attracted into this meat.
Yes.
So by the time we reach home, the meat is already affected. But we are living life. We are not minding so many things that we need to mind about. So, but to attain development, and then we need to have a proper plan, a solid plan, and a strategy on how we can address these challenges, on how we can adapt and mitigate the climate. From individual level, from the households, our communities, our government, and all the people in the space, on the environment. So I think this is a problem, and we shall not stop. Development has to go on. But we need to have a strategy that we give people information. People have right skills. People do something about it. People be motivated. The young people that constitutes the bigger percentage, who are the leaders of we normally call them leaders of tomorrow, but they are the leaders of today.
It's now today.
So we need to take the lead. So it is through empowerment.
District, there is a bit of fuel there, though not yet told the public. And northern Uganda, there is fuel. And sooner.
So, but if you are saying that we should stop ECOP, we should stop oil drilling and all that, what I said, I implore the government as we are heading into that, because actually it's a very critical moment that you need to attain. Educate them on how they can adapt and mitigate the effects of climate change. Now that we have this, now if we as a country have a plan and a strategy on how we can mitigate and adapt these challenges of environmental effects, I think we shall still attain.
They're about to finish this show. I want us to look at now the future. We've looked at the problem, we've looked at the processes, what's happening now, the future of climate action.
It's extremely.
It's a now problem.
It's a now problem. It's extremely, because now when you look at the rate at which from individual level to the community, to the government, everyone, we should be rethinking You see now, the approach is different.
Yes.
It is not that it is government, because when you wait government, then we are capacity building, have information about this science behind this, and then take an urgent action now.
That's where I see what criteria, just highlight on the, your organization.
Okay, thank you. Narrowing to the Global Ask International Uganda, one of the opportunities that we have volunteering. There, if you're there, say you're a young person, passionate about doing something about environment, we will welcome you to come and join our activities. A lot of challenges in this. We have so many challenges in this space.
Please volunteer.
But there is volunteering activities. Please, you can contact us. You can reach us. And, other people who are in this space, preaching the same message, preaching for the same cause. We have so many partners, and we call more on board, and we are willing to work together.
If we can forget everything, let's not forget that. What are some of your parting shots? And it has been really a privilege to have you on the Mighty Drive.
Thank you so much. My last note is I want to
share these clips, and of course I want to also thank you people who cut up these clips and share them to various people on social media, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram. Thank you so much. Continue doing the same. Cut out these videos and share them with the world to see. We've been streaming on our social media platforms at Digitalk TV, at The Alternative Uganda. Today evening at exactly 4 p.m. we'll be having the Health Hub. Don't miss that particular program. And of course tomorrow at exactly 8 a.m. we'll be having the Mighty Drive show. On Thursday, do not miss the Voltage show at 7 p.m. in the evening up to 9, strictly in Uganda. Then on Friday, there is the Interface with Dr. Kiza Besige, starting from 12 to 2 p.m. I'm always here with him and Mr. Mokose Arnold Anthony. Then on Saturday, we return with Entertainment and Family, where we have the Snap Talk show that airs at 6 p.m. in the evening. Then on Sunday, the Political Dice that, blends a bit of humor, entertainment and politics for you in order to comprehend and understand and appreciate the political spectrum, but from a certain lens or a different lens. So we'll be there at exactly 8 p.m. Do not miss that particular program. From the entire team, my name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Follow us on our social